We're out here in Camden County, Missouri. We're on the easement road, and we're about to take a look at a big piece of hunting property. Great area for deer. We saw about half a dozen deer already this morning. The guys have seen a lot of wild turkey out here as well. We're only about a mile from the Lake of the Ozarks, which is an enormous lake. Great for fishing and boating. Super private property. You'll see in a minute that you definitely want to have a four-wheel drive, a truck, or an SUV to get to this property. We're about to cross a really small creek. And you're going to want something with four-wheel drive and a little bit of clearance to do that. We'll cross this creek and the road splits left and right. We'll stay to the right. We've actually got a guy coming out to grade these roads, but they're always going to be four-wheel drive access roads. Now we go about a quarter mile and we'll be at the property. This property was logged of a lot of the commercial white oak within the last couple of years. So you'll see that. You can see evidence of that already. We're not quite to the property, but you'll actually find walnut. You'll find medium-sized oak, cedar trees on this property, hickory trees. Getting closer now. We're almost to the property. So now we made it onto the property itself. I'll pull up somewhere here, stop the truck, and take a look around. The best thing on a property like this would be to probably bring your four-wheeler and really spend some time on your four-wheeler checking over the property. This trail continues on, but it doesn't get much better. It's always just going to be a small four-wheel drive trail. But on a four-wheeler you can have a lot of fun exploring some of the other small trails on the property. super, super private out here. If you're looking for a private hunting property, but still close to the Lake of the Ozarks. A little bit overcast today. I see fresh deer tracks everywhere. They've been coming down this trail. It rises up as I look off to the east here. The west as well. On the east side of the road, I can see a little wet weather creek, which would be running after it rains. On this southwest side of the property, there's an area which didn't appear to be logged at all. I made it up there with the four-wheeler. But you'd have to do quite a bit of work to ever get a truck up there. Here's a little trail I've never noticed before. This will end up being a pretty long video. That's okay. I'm seeing a lot of different places that might make really nice sites for a cabin. This is an interesting site right here. It's going to have a view of that little valley. And now we're in an area where it doesn't look like the loggers came through at all. So if you want something a little more wooded for your building site, this might be a good one. Looking back down, I can see the little trail. And there are some nice big trees back here on this hillside. And I believe if I follow this little path down, we'll end up back on the trail. Again, as I look up to the south, it doesn't look like the loggers came up here. And now we're back down in the bottom, about to get back onto the little trail. This looks like a site that they probably used as a landing where they would load their trucks. You can see all the debris. The trail apparently continues on up that hill. Some trees there, nice big trees. And this is a large property. We've seen just a small fraction of this property. It would take days to explore it all. Looks like another possible trail that goes up that way. Super private, nobody's gonna bug you out here. I'm seeing all sorts of potential sites. And you will find the deer out here as well. More fresh deer tracks. And we should be coming up on the truck pretty soon. Kind of made a little circle there. That's the trail we just walked up. And off in the distance is the truck. Right through here, this would be the little wet weather creek. You can see the rock shelves there on the other side. Pretty cool. I bet that would be a pretty sight up on top if a guy could find a trail to get there. Nice large property in Camden County, just down the road from the Lake of the Ozarks.